Should high school anglers be allowed to use technology? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. If you're new, my name is Steve Chapman. Should high school anglers be allowed to use technology? We're going to look at some of the pros and some of the cons, and then some of the ideas on how to change it and maybe how it might work. But to start off, we need to remember forward-facing sonar and tech is legal, and all the rules allow high school anglers to use it in any tournament that they want. It is their decision if they want to use it, or it's their decision if they don't want to use it. And banning it or prohibiting it unofficially punishes the kids who want and have access to it. And there's a lot of kids or young high schoolers that want to learn how to use it properly so they can move up and catch more fish. Forward-facing sonar also gives the high school angler, the underdog high school angler, the opportunity to compete at the highest levels. And high school anglers that use it and love it, it teaches young anglers how to use it and prepares them for what probably will be a big part of how we fish in the future. Because the future is always moving forward, and the hobby and sport wants advancement so that we can go catch more fish. And these days, technology sometimes increases participation for young anglers that want to get into this sport and hobby. But why should we not allow it? One of the reasons I believe we shouldn't allow it at the high school level is because I think it doesn't create a level playing field. And here's what I mean by that. There are many times that there are anglers that have it and some anglers that don't have it. The people that have it, we are rewarding money over skill or instinct. And it kills the learning curve, making anglers learn to fish with their eyes and stare at pixels and screens instead of learning from experience and maybe even talent and reading the water. I also think that with the technology, there's a lot of burnout and pressure that comes with not only learning it, but keeping up with the latest and greatest. These young anglers are more worried about what's upcoming and making their youth fishing more of a job than just going out there and having fun because they're stressed out or are being pressured to make sure that they get a certain result when they go out fishing. And I think we need to make sure that fishing is fun for our youth. We need to make sure that they go out and catch fish, but also that there isn't the pressure that we put on them as family, friends, parents, and just let them go out there and have fun. And I'm not sure that every lake that the high school anglers go to, that they need to have forward-facing sonar as a dominant way of their fishing. And I think there's many anglers that force themselves into awkward positions because they are worried about feeling forced to use the technology regardless of where they are. And there's times it's good and there's times it's bad. Muddy conditions, blah, blah, blah. Clear water places where you can sight fish, you don't need to have the technology on. And I want to see a level playing field for all high school anglers. I want to see the guys who have it and the guys that don't be able to compete on a level playing field. And I think that's the biggest thing for me right now. I also want to see young anglers learn how to fish with their instincts, or how to learn how to fish because they're able to read the water or know where the fish are hiding or where the fish are there because there's structure, instead of looking at a screen and figuring it out that way. Now, is there a way to change it? I think there is. I think there should be separate divisions. Places where you use it and places where you don't. Forward-facing sonar places and non-forward-facing sonar places and tournaments. I think this is a good way of teaching both sides of where the hobby and sport is going. I also think they should limit high school anglers to only one unit. I think right now there's too much money being forced into high school fishing, and we need to, everyone is worried about having the latest and greatest or X amount of transducers on their boats. I think there needs to be a limit on how many every angler has. I think there's some people that are well off that can have numerous transducers, where there's other people who are struggling. And it isn't fair for one person to have X amount and the other person to have 1 and even times 0. And I think we need to educate our youth first. Teach them the basic fundamentals of being introduced into the outdoors, into fishing, and what you need to use. Teach them how to bank fish. Teach them how to get on the boat and fish. The end result makes them better anglers. And that's what we need to strive to do in this world where we're all fighting for the same fish, same sponsorship dollars, and right now I think the high school fishing tournament is exploding. I mean, you get a tournament where there's 400 boats, that's too many. We need to restrict how many anglers are on that body of water. But we also need to restrict the technology also. What do you think? Do you think the high school anglers should be able to use technology, or if they shouldn't? Comment below and tell me what you think. I'd really love to hear your opinion. Thanks to all the new subscribers and members and everyone who's interactive on the channel. I really do appreciate it. It's humbling, it's a great experience, and you guys are the best, so thank you. But if you're not a subscriber, you should be. Just click that button, and welcome to the team. Remember, take a kid fishing, tight lines cheers, and get your fish on.